right, this week we have an Elusive watch to get. This is the Smith Everest PRS 25. I'm going to give you guys the specs on the watch, give you guys my thoughts and experience. Then at the end, I'll tell you guys if I recommend this. Let's take a look at the quick specs here. We have a case diameter of 36 millimeters. The thickness of this one is 11.4. Lug to lug is 43.6, and the lug width is 20 millimeters. We have a sapphire crystal up top with AR coating. There is X1C3 Lume all over the printed indices and hands. We have a screw down crown and a screw down case back. So this does feature 100 meters of water resistance. And this does have the Miyota 9015. So there is hacking and hand winding. Buttery smooth hand winding there. And then we'll see the hacking. There is no ghost position on this one, which is a pretty nice thing to have. And this is a third version of this watch. So they have kind of refined it. And one of the refinements is the movement without a ghost date position. We have brushing up top, solid end links, drilled lugs, screw down high polished case back there, signed with the Smith logo. Like I said, the crown is signed with the S for Smiths as well. The bracelet does feature the faux rivets, so a little different than your standard 3-link bracelet. Does have a nice milled clasp, very nicely signed with the brushed center and the high polish on the ends. Very nicely done there, 3 micro adjustments. Let me show you guys how it wears on a 7-inch wrist for reference. Let me clean this up a little bit. And there it is on a 7-inch wrist. So as you can see, it wears fairly small. In my opinion, it's kind of perfect for more formal occasions. I like to wear this kind of as a dress piece. On the bracelet here, I wear it mostly with suits. I just like how this kind of plays on the smaller side, and it's not overbearing at all. And I'm of the opinion of when you're wearing a suit, the watch has to complement your ensemble and not take over, not be the center point. Just so this has enough wrist presence with the 20 millimeter size bracelet where you notice it, but it's like I said, it plays more with the ensemble than taking over the whole visual effect. So nice lug to lug there with the compact 43.6. Just a good wearing watch, not heavy at all. It's small enough so it doesn't dig into the wrist, wears low enough to fit under a cuff. I mean, just great watch. This does feature anti-magnetic up to, I think it's 4800. And this is the iteration. There's 2 iterations of this, the white dial with blued hands, and this is the black dial, as you can see there, with the regular silver Mercedes hands. We'll take a look at the Lume towards the end of the video. These are available through Time Factor's website. These sell out in seconds, so when you're trying to purchase these through Time Factors, you have to be ready with your computer on and just focused on that website and with your credit card on hand. I was lucky enough to get this on my first try. I'm not really the type to kind of wait in line or try again. Honestly, if I would have failed the first time, I probably wouldn't have tried again, but I'm glad I got it on my first try. And now knowing what I know, I think this is worth a few tries. So if you haven't been able to pick one up, I think keep trying, because I think this is worth it. This is a reference to Rolex's 1016. I kind of said in an earlier video that I was kind of over homage watches. This is my only exception. I probably won't ever own a 1016. And that's not just a justification, but I like how the 369 layout is here with the smaller print. I like the satin black dial on there. I love the Lume, the strong Lume on here. I like the little touch of the Everest over on top of the 6th position, which kind of fades away once you're wearing it because it's black on black, so you can't really see it. I like how the sapphire crystal has the distortion around the minute track, but it's still, you can still see the actual markings, so you can tell time on this fairly easily. Sometimes when crystals are domed or have distortion at the ends, you can't really see the minute track. So this has the best of both worlds, I think. A great little feature too is those drilled lugs. So for you people that like to swap out straps, I've actually worn this on, it looks great on a leather brown strap as well. I just prefer the bracelet, like I said, because I mostly wear this on a little bit more formal occasions, or with the suit. So I just like how this bracelet just kind of goes with everything. So for me, it mostly lives on the bracelet. The finishing on this watch is great, very, very well done. Brushing on the top, as far as the bracelet as well, very uniform, and then it transfers over to a high polish on the sides, which matches the bezel there. So just a great watch. Just very nicely done. The actual hands look very well done. No sharp edges as you see on sometimes on other brands. These are very well cut and done. The lume is applied very methodically. There's no overspill on this. It's just a very well done watch. These do run, I forgot to mention, through time factors for 353 British pounds, which kind of accumulates to $490 depending on the exchange rate when you purchase it. So for that price, I think it's a good deal for these watches, just because they're so well made. You have 100 meters of water resistance, or anti-magnetic, sapphire crystal, great X1C3 lume. I mean, this has a lot of features to the watch, and it's a great compact size for just a little something different for all you folks out there that are diver heavy in the 40 to 42 millimeter or above. This is I think a great little addition to any collection. And if you're not into homage watches, I think this one could be your exception as well. I want to bring up three issues that kind of come up with Smiths, and in particular this watch here. The first one is the clasp. A lot of people complain about the clasp. You'll see that on a lot of forums, or a lot of people talking about the clasp, it not fitting right, or whatever the case might be. For me, I put it on the last of the adjustments here, and it seems to fit perfectly, because that rivet is right at the edge there, so it lays nice and flat. The one thing I will say about the clasp is, since it's not that dual deployment pushers, it is just kind of a push down clasp. What I do see is I can't, when I try to put this on regularly and try to push it, I'm pushing with a lot of force there, it won't click. So I have to kind of go underneath, hold it from the back, and then push it. And once I hear that click though, it's in there. So I don't worry about it once I get that click in. But that might be something that kind of needs improvement in other iterations going forward. But besides that, the clasp is actually well done. I like how thin it is. I like how small it is. I like how it's done, how it's polished on the sides and brushing. I love everything about the clasp, except how it doesn't actually click how it's supposed to. But it's well done, and like I said, once you hear the click, it's very secure, so I don't worry about it. Another issue with these watches is that they're kind of hard to get, and a lot of people do not like that. They don't want to wake up early or stay late depending on when the store opens, and they don't like the fact that sometimes some have tried for a few times or more than that, and they're not able to get one. These do come out in limited batches, very small amounts sometimes, and they just sell out literally in seconds. In my in my experience with that, I think it just makes it better once you do get it. It's one of those things where you don't have to worry about a lot of people having the watch. You'll probably never see somebody else with a Smith on. And if you do run into them, you can kind of talk about how crazy it is to get these things and how great they are, because this is a great little watch. I don't regret picking this up at all, and this is probably staying in the collection for a while here. It's just a great little watch. Like I said, that kind of hard to get exclusivity is another little plus for this watch. It's just the thrill of the chase as well, while receiving a great product. And on that note, the last thing I wanted to bring up is Smith's customer service reputation isn't the greatest, which was kind of the thing that I kind of held me back in the beginning on picking one of these up. But I took the dive, and I have to say I can't talk about the customer service myself because I hadn't had to deal with that. But what I can say is that this item that I received is impeccable. It's perfect. It runs a few seconds a day, plus a few seconds a day. And I don't know if they regulate these before they send them out, but this thing, I mean, the crystal's perfect. There's nothing on the dial as far as dust or any type of imperfections. The brushing was all perfect. The polishing is the transitions are very nice and crisp. The Lume, there's no overspill. I mean, I've had dozens and dozens of different brands of watches and different watches within certain brands. And I gotta say, this, for the amount of money that you're paying for it, is a great watch to get. It's kind of an exclusive, affordable watch, and you don't really see that often. So this is I recommend this. I can't stress that enough. Like I said, I'm sure that there are some with defects, and I do understand that some people want to send it back to Time Factors, which is located in the UK, and that might be an issue. Like I said, I can't speak to customer service, and just a delay in sending something back and getting it back over, it might be a pain in the butt. But honestly, if there was something wrong with the Miyota in here that could be kind of regulated easily, I would probably take it myself to a watchmaker here. I am located in the US. I wouldn't try to send it overseas for something. And I know some people will probably have an issue with that, saying, you know, you just bought a watch, it should be perfect. But in my opinion, it wouldn't be worth the hassle to send it back over there anyways, even if they took care of it. It's just the delay in time, especially right now with the COVID delays, depending on where you live. To me, it wouldn't be worth it for a Miyota. If it was something more expensive, if it was something more exclusive or hard to get movement, then maybe I would think differently about that. But since it's a Miyota 9015, I think it would be perfectly serviceable here in the US, and I would probably take the hit on that. And like I said, I don't think there's many of them out there, but I'm sure there is a few that have some type of flaws or some type of, you know, funky movements. Luckily, I got this one that's perfect, and I think for the most part they do some type of check before sending these out. So this is a great little watch. Let me blast this with the light here for a few seconds so I can show you guys what I mean with the X1C3 Lume. With this charge will last you all night. So this is what I mean about being a great watch. So it's compact size, formal, a little bit more on the formal side here in my opinion, but you can still get away with it wearing with a t-shirt and jeans if you really wanted to. Great Lume. You don't have to worry about it because it's 100 meters of water resistance, anti-magnetic, all for around 500 bucks. And as you can see there, great Lume, very strong. There it goes, focusing there. That charge right there will last me all night, and then it'll just keep going all night. So very nicely done, very nicely applied. Let me know what you guys think about the Smith's Everest. If you own one of these, what was your experience in trying to get it? How many times did you have to try before you actually got it? If you had any type of other concerns or issues, or if you just think it's a great watch, let us know in the comments. It helps out a lot when people are trying to get something that's kind of this hard to get. I'll catch you guys on the next one.